The first card you have for your past is the Hierophant. So obviously the Hierophant is a religious leader, an organized religious leader. He's honest, he's knowledgeable, he's enlightened, all of these kinds of things. These are the kinds of qualities that you really wanted in someone else. You needed them in someone else, in a relationship. And I think you really felt that this was missing in a certain relationship. All of these things weren't happening with this person. I'm not saying you were expecting a saint or a professor or someone amazingly enlightened or someone like that. But you just wanted someone with some kind of integrity, someone who wasn't going to play games with you. The Hierophant, obviously, as a religious leader, he's going to be honest, he's going to have integrity. And that's what you wanted. And I'm just getting the feeling that you were very, very frustrated with someone. This is someone who you're involved with them romantically, obviously. They were hidden from you sometimes. Hidden. Not literally, I mean, they weren't hiding behind the sofa or anything like that. Sorry, I'm supposed to be serious, I know. This is a very serious thing. But what I'm seeing is they just kind of disappear sometimes. It's like they'd send you no texts for a long time, or they wouldn't even call you, they wouldn't do anything. And then they'd send you kind of little short, kind of dry texts like, what's up, yes, blah, some kind of boring thing. And this was even only after you'd messaged them as well. So if you ask them a question, they probably reply with, very short answers, very boring answers. But I think, if you asked if anything was wrong, of course, they'd just say, oh, everything's fine. But you knew it wasn't fine, obviously. You're not stupid. You knew it wasn't fine. And that was the thing that frustrated you. It was like, does this person think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid. And this is really frustrating to me as an Aries, and I know it probably frustrates everyone, doesn't matter what sign you are, apart from the person who's doing it. It's, if they just say they were losing interest, or they wanted a break, or they even wanted to break up, of course it was going to hurt. Of course, nobody likes saying things like that. Nobody likes hearing things like that. But at least you'd know where you were. At least you knew, but if they're playing these kind of silly games, nobody knows where they are. It's horrible. And, sometimes people do this when they're cowards. They want you to be the one who breaks up. So they do things to kind of frustrate you, so that you're the one that has the breakup conversation, or they do things to frustrate you so that you get angry, and then they can say, oh, look how unreasonable and angry they are. That's why I don't want to be with them, because they're like that. It's that really horrible kind of thing. And, it's like, I'm not saying this is what they were doing, but I do see this happening a lot around situations like this. But whatever they were doing, obviously wasn't right, and it wasn't straightforward. So maybe you either left this person, or you're planning to leave this person. If this resonates, I hope you did. Either you'd left them, but they were still kind of in your heart a bit, in your head a bit, and that takes time for that to go out of your head. Excuse that. It takes time for that to leave you. Sometimes, even if they're a horrible person, you can still have feelings for them that go on for years sometimes. There's no kind of time limit. But I'm not saying this is going to go on with you. Don't be worried about that. But I think, either you left them and you still had some feelings hanging around for them, or you were planning to leave them, one or the other. I really hope I really hope it is one or the other. I really hope you were getting away from this person, because really, I really hate that kind of behavior. There's nothing worse. There is nothing worse. If they would just tell you, then you would know where you were. So the next card you have for your past is the Ace of Pentacles. So obviously this is a fantastic card. So yes, I think, you're in this kind of, still in your feelings for this person, whether you'd either left them, or whether you're in the process of leaving them, leaving this situation. Your mind, your heart was still kind of a little bit all over the place. Your brain was a little bit kind of taken over by this. You had a bit of kind of brain fog, and you had to try and move that out of your head so that you could actually do a lot of things that you wanted to do in your life. You needed to sort out things. You had things you wanted to work on. And, you had to kind of put that person aside, whether it was in your head or in your heart. You had to really work to put them aside so that you could get on with what you were doing, and so that you could have clarity in what you were doing. You were able to focus on what you were doing. I think you had some kind of project, some kind of work-related, money-related thing that you were thinking of getting into, you were thinking of pursuing, and so you really, really wanted to concentrate on that, and you had to kind of put them aside to do that. And I think, things were starting to become a bit clearer. Things were starting to do this. You started to feel a little bit fresher, a little bit newer, and you felt as if new things were about to happen. You're getting this new feeling around this. And, this was like a first step happening. It was like a first step away from them and a first step toward yourself and what you wanted to do. And I'm getting a really nice feeling around this. It's like a springtime feeling, because I'm just looking at these tiny red flowers on this card on the hedge. And so, spring, freshness, newness, there's a kind of a specific feeling around springtime. But when you have springtime, there's still a kind of a chill in the air that's kind of left over from winter. So obviously this is a really positive card, but you still had to try to get over some of your feelings that you had for this person. And this is where the chill is. This is where you had this kind of winter chill that was still around you. Your heart really hadn't quite caught up with your brain at this time. And if it hasn't yet, even if it hasn't yet, don't be impatient with yourself. Let yourself work through it. It will happen when it happens. It takes different amounts of time for different people. There's no right or wrong with this. And you were still planning things. I'm seeing that you were kind of working toward things, trying to work really hard on this thing you were trying to progress with. And you weren't upset all of the time. It was like you're feeling, maybe you're being busy and you're kind of thinking, oh, I feel fine, everything's fine. And then at other times, like times, for example, when you're first waking up in the morning, you might have thought, oh, I really miss them, or times when you're doing routine things by yourself, like maybe having a shower, making your bed. You might have been thinking, because I think every time you did all these routine things in your past, you had this person on your mind in some way. But then when they weren't there anymore, you kind of had to readjust your thinking, if that makes sense. And so that brought a lot of old feelings back to you. It's very difficult. This is very, very difficult. The other thing is, if this resonates, just know that there's nothing wrong with you. Know that there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. If someone treats you in this way, if someone makes you feel like this, it really doesn't mean that you're not good enough. So don't think you're not good enough. You are good enough. Just because they acted like that, they probably act like that to the next person and the next person. It isn't you. You just happen to be in their line of fire. That's all. So don't let this kind of person's rejection of you make you go back into all the old times you were rejected in your past, and then that person didn't talk to me at school, and then this went back, and then my other relationship, and then someone was horrible to me, and then I lost that job. Don't start getting into that kind of pattern of thinking. That's an old path. Don't go down that path. That's a negative path. Go on this path that's in this card. It's a golden path. It's a positive path. Go on this path toward this thing you're planning, toward this thing you want to do, this project or this business thing, toward that. Go toward things that make you feel positive. If you start to think about things that make you feel negative, just say to yourself, I reject that thought, I reject that thought. Try and replace it with something positive that you can look forward to in the future. Keep on doing that. Sometimes it takes time to keep on doing that. And, you have this really beautiful new path laid out in front of you. Think about you, think about what you want. The past is in the past. The future's still ahead of you. I know that sounds a bit cringy, but that's all I can think of when I see this card. I just don't want you to go back into this old type of thinking. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is that someone around you might have announced a pregnancy. If they haven't, they might do that very soon. This is happy news, but it's surprising news. It's going to really surprise you about this person. And obviously, because this is the Ace of Pentacles, I am seeing a stable pregnancy, and a healthy pregnancy, and a stable kind of future for this baby. So this is really nice. This is really positive. So the last card you have your past is the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, again, this card can be about fertility, babies. If you look at the way the Queen's holding onto this coin, taking care of this coin like a baby. And, there's also a rabbit in the corner of this card, which is another fertility symbol, obviously. And this is showing me how, you're a very devoted and caring person, and you put your all into relationships. And that's what happened with this too. And that might be why it's taking you some time to really get over your feelings. And again, be easy on yourself. Don't put a time limit on yourself. Don't say to yourself, I have to be better by this time, and I have to be, but no, you don't. And people might say that to you as well. Oh, you should be over this by now, and by this number of years, No. Everyone's different, every individual's different, every situation's different. It takes as long as it takes. So be easy on yourself. If you're still getting those feelings, that's okay. Just say, this is normal, this is fine, these will pass. I'll probably have them again and they'll pass again. It's okay. Let me see if I can focus on something positive here. What can I do here? Just talk to yourself like that. So, yeah, you care for a lot of different people as well. I'm seeing you're actually caring for someone else, obviously not someone in a love situation, but someone who you do really care for. I always see that in your readings, that you're caring for someone else, protecting someone else. This might be your child, or it might not be. It might just be someone who you care about, someone who looks up to you. And I think you're going to concentrate on them. I think you're going to put energies into them after this. And I think you might be thinking that, or you might have been thinking that, this person deserves my care. And maybe for a while I kind of lost my head a bit and I wasn't caring for them as well as I should be. And now I'm going to try and concentrate on them. And because I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, this thing that you're planning in the Ace of Pentacles, this has the potential to make you really comfortable financially. It's going to help to protect this person who you're caring for, and it's going to help to protect you as well, especially financially. That's what I'm seeing. So keep on working toward that. Focus on that. Push that along. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have for your present is the Knight of Swords. So yes, I'm seeing, look at this horse. He looks so kind of frightened, actually, and out of control. I'm just seeing, this is a bit strange. I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. Someone might be giving you some information. They might be giving you some information about something, or it might be a situation that you might have felt like you might have been kept in the dark about, or something like that. This might even be it might not be this, but I'm seeing something very specific here, so it probably only resonates with maybe one person even, but I need to say this. This is going to be for someone. You might get maybe an anonymous text or an anonymous message. This might be on social media, might be something like that, I don't know, but it's something that's anonymous. And this is some kind of message where you won't be able to trace where this comes from, probably. And I think this might be someone, just be very, very careful. Be very careful, because if this resonates, this is going to be someone who's trying to cause problems. Don't automatically what they say is the truth. If this resonates, definitely don't rush in like this knight. Definitely don't, if someone says, oh, this is an anonymous thing, I've heard this about this person. Don't rush into that person and get all upset, because I think that's what this person might be trying to get you to do. They might have an enemy in this person, and they might be getting you to do their dirty work. I know this sounds crazy, but this is what I'm seeing. So be very careful. Don't rush in. Don't do anything. I know this is really, really strange, but yeah, I think someone might be doing this to make you angry, or they might be trying to make you say something in anger to this person. So I hope it doesn't resonate with you, but if it does, that's what I'm seeing. So please be very careful around this, and also don't let yourself be sidetracked by things like this. Block them, don't listen to it. They might be trying to tell you something's hidden, but just watch out, because if someone's anonymous, they're hidden. Please don't listen to them. Please don't listen to them. Try to block them. Concentrate on the things you're trying to be that are pushing you forward, positive things. Don't concentrate on this. Yeah, there's a lot of negativity. It's very kind of mysterious and very weird. I really hope this doesn't happen to you. Yeah, ignore it if it does. Really ignore this. The next card you have for your present is the Nine of Cups. So yes, here we are again. Here's this tricky, this sneaky person, someone doing something anonymously, someone trying to cause you trouble. And again, you know, unless someone's being upfront with you, telling you their name, unless they're being totally honest with you, you know, why would you trust them? You know, look at the man on this card. He's hiding something behind this curtain. So again, maybe this person's telling you that there's something hidden, or someone's hiding something from you, someone's lying from you, or, you know, whatever like that. So this is them. They're the one who's lying. They're the one who's hiding. They're anonymous. Obviously, they're hiding from you. So yeah, again, be very, very careful. Be very careful. And if I were you, I would just, I'd completely ignore it and I'd block them. That's what I would do. Don't let your mind wander around this, because they might start to put ideas in your head. Don't let them do that. I just keep on seeing that over and over and over and over again. So moving on, the other thing I'm seeing in this card is that, yeah, I'm seeing you around a table, actually, around a table eating with some people. You might be out at dinner, you might be at someone's house. I'm seeing there might be some family members at this dinner, and I'm also seeing there might be some people who might be invited as well. That might not be family members, or there might be some people who you just see around this. I'm seeing there might be a surprise. There might be a surprise coming up. Now, this might be around someone who you see at this dinner. It might be someone who's invited, or it might be someone you meet at around the time that this dinner takes place. So it might happen, you know, outside of the restaurant, or you might see them that day, or you might see them that night or the next day, or something like that. This is someone who has a really, really good heart. This is someone who you already knew, and this is someone who you're going to meet up with again. This might lead to a really, really important friendship, or it might even lead to a love connection if you're single. I just keep on seeing this a surprise. It's like, oh, I haven't seen you for years, that kind of thing. Now, this is someone who maybe you used to think about quite a lot, but then as time went on, maybe you forgot about them, or maybe you kind of decided not to bother thinking about them again. You might have thought, well, I really want them in my life, but obviously I can't see this happening. I'm just going to give up. And the feelings died down, or you let it go, or whatever, but here they are again. So this is about wishes being fulfilled, because once I think you wished you were with this person or around this person, and you kind of let it go in your heart, and now it's fulfilled now. I'm getting this really, really nice feeling around this card. This is going to open up a whole new either friendship or relationship, or something very, very, very positive for you. The last card you have for your past is, not your past, your present, is the Six of Cups. So yeah, again, reunions. This card's about reunions, sweet reunions. Again, this could be someone who you lost contact with. I'm not seeing that you had any bad feeling. I don't think you fell out or anything like that. I think you might have just drifted apart or something like that. And yeah, again, this is a really, really nice surprise. This is a really happy surprise. This is someone who, you know, you're going to see them and it's going to be like, oh, they've changed a lot. They've really changed. But you're still going to recognize them straight away when you see them. So it's like this inevitable thing. It's like you were going to meet again. You were destined to kind of meet this person again. And, you know, you're supposed to come together. That's what I'm seeing in this. So yeah, another really nice card about this situation. So yeah, the first card you have for your future is the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, this is about this thing that you were planning, or you were thinking about, this business idea, this project, whatever this was I saw in the Ace of Pentacles. This has a lot of work attached to it, a lot of work, but you're prepared. I'm seeing you're prepared to put all of this work in. And you do put work into things. I think, you know, once you make up your mind about something, you put a lot of work into things. And, you know, I'm glad you are, because this has a lot of potential, again, to make you very comfortable, and also for someone else who you're taking care of. And you have a lot of patience, I'm seeing. Things take time and you're prepared to kind of put the work in and just wait and be patient for things to happen. And again, this card is also about pregnancy sometimes, about planting a seed, watching it grow, nurturing that growth, and watching it, kind of watching over it, gazing over it lovingly like a child. There's that again. I'm also seeing that this could be the time when you finally truly move on from this person in the Hierophant. This card sometimes can be about putting a lot of work into something, but all the work's next to you and they're not putting a lot into you. It can be that as well in this card. So I'm seeing that, this person in the Hierophant, you tried with them, they weren't giving you anything back, and that was it. So that's why they're there in this card again. And I think this is the time when you're just going to totally let them go now. You're going to let them go. You did your best, that, and that's it. This is it now. You're just going to be moving on. That's all I can see. And I'm really glad you are. If this resonates, I'm really, really glad that you are. Because you have this work thing you're doing. You have all these amazing opportunities coming up for you, things that are going to make you really happy, really comfortable. You also have this really, really nice person who you've met up with in the Nine of Cups, which is fantastic. So the next card you have for your future is the Four of Wands. So this card says, welcome to me. It always says, welcome to me. It's a beautiful, welcoming, happy card. I'm seeing you spending a lot more time with someone. This could be a friend, or it might be a situation that turns into a love connection. So yes, it might be this person in the Nine of Cups. It might be them. And this surprise meeting leading to something like this. So yes, it could definitely be that person. Now, if it does turn into a love connection, this looks really, really, really positive. This is an extremely positive card. Security, happiness, you feel welcomed by them, you feel at home with this person, and you deserve to have these feelings, and you deserve to have someone who cares for you. This is exactly what was missing with this person in the Hierophant. And this is what you're getting. You're getting what you deserve now. This is that old situation's all going to be over, and this is a new situation that's coming in. And if it hasn't, this is going to happen to you soon. This is really, really, really nice, really positive. The last card you have for your future is the Chariot. So yes, you're determined. You're determined to progress in this thing that you're doing. I'm seeing some kind of business venture again. I'm seeing that. This is something like that. Probably the same one I'm seeing in the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm glad you're really pushing ahead, forging ahead with that. And I'm also seeing this quite literally. Not that you're riding in a box with a star on your head, but this is about traveling. You're going to be kind of driving to things around this business venture. So you might be driving to visit people who can help you. You might be hiring people to help you with certain things. You might be going to have business meetings or something like that. People might be traveling to you as well. And this determination is fantastic. It's really great. But you do kind of get one-tracked with things sometimes. You turn into kind of a one-track mind. You were like this with this person in the Hierophant, and you might be like this with this business thing. Now, getting determined, being determined, pushing forward, focusing, they're all very, very good things, but make sure you have some balance in your life as well. Get some balance, get some perspective. Don't be so one-tracked. Let other people into your mind, into your life, let other things into your life as well. Especially this really, really beautiful person I'm seeing in the Nine of Cups. They might also be someone who can help you in this business venture. So don't discount that. If they want to help you, let them help you, because I think they'll be really good with that. I think they'll be really good in some aspects, especially some creative parts of this project. That's what I'm seeing.